Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. Hope you're ready to get this Friday started. It's Friday, y'all. We made it. It has been, and this little curl, look at here, doesn't want to do right. We have made it. It has been a long week. Thank God. Let me pin this up out the way so I ain't continuously poking on it. Hi, my friends. As y'all can see, the co-host who started the show on yesterday is asleep. So, don't look over here now. I said you were asleep. And you were. She's knocked out over here. And let me see if I can get this to sit right. As we do hair this morning on this morning show.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning. I see Rosie is not all the way out.
She leaned over and glanced at me, and she promptly rolled back over and went back to sleep. So.
All right, y'all. Good morning. It's Friday.
Good morning.
Friday. Yes, we're super excited. So, I'm really super duper excited. As you can tell, you may not be able to tell, but I got some extra gear on. Let me go right here. See.
You got some what?
I got some extra gear on because I'm ready for you, JoJo. See, we're going to be
all Lord, not the GoPro.
We got it.
Good morning, Charlene.
Girl, wait a minute. I'm losing all of my communication so I can hear you.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Having some technical difficulties.
Good morning, Miss Margaret. Great rising to you, too.
All right. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome sauce, y'all. I was just too super excited. I said, let me get my gear out so I can go and practice while I'm out here, get all the angles so we'll be ready for all of the shenanigans this weekend. Yes, we'll be ready for all of the shenanigans. So
when
y'all
I
won't
tell
miss.
you, Lynn is far too excited for Sunday.
Yes.
She is far too excited.
Girl, I'm gonna help you overcome some stuff. So that's what it's about.
That's what it's about. Thank you for your enthusiasm. Yes. I appreciate you.
Yes. That's how you do it though, right? We in this together. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get started this morning. I also wanted to ask you guys something about a new segment. Okay. And in this new segment that I'm thinking about is basically dedicating at least one day a week where we focus on the things that you teach your children about your finances. And for those of you who don't know, I have written a book entitled Raising a Financial Genius, whether you're good with money or not. And what I wanted to do, I initially thought, Mini Me Mondays, right? I thought that would be a great title for the segment, but then I said, no, we do Motivation Mondays. So I want you to help me out. Those of you who are interested, it doesn't matter if you have children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. These days, some of the great-grandmamas are only 50. But anyway, take care of all the generations.
Good morning. Good morning, Jay.
Take care of all the generations this morning, y'all. So let me know what you think about that idea. We could focus on the little ones on Fridays. It doesn't matter. I just want to put in a segment where we focus on what are the things that we should be teaching the children or our grandchildren or other children in our communities that we are dealing with or fostering or whatever the case may be, right? What are the things that you can now pass on to your children? So with that said, I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yes, I said it. And I am, and this is the other thing. Oh, goodness. I was watching the news this morning, and one of the little dudes on the news taking my tagline. I was like, what the ham sandwich? Okay. I think that's a good thing, though. Yeah, I'll tell you which one it is. And I was like, man, I wish I had recorded that clip. But yeah, I was like, well, maybe that's a good thing. I don't know, right? But anywho, so there's nothing new under the sun, right? Somebody else could have came up with that same idea at the same time. That's why you got to trademark and patent stuff, y'all. All right? Anywho, for our financial confession and conversation this morning, y'all, I'm going to be just basically sharing what are 3 characteristics that parents or grandparents must teach their children or their grandchildren so that they can transition from this middle class mentality to that one of their whatever their next level is. Okay. And the reason I say that, we have to teach our children and teach our children the right things, because there are some things. Let me just talk about some of the things we were taught in our churches about money that are just not correct. And we've taken those incorrect teachings and ran with them because we simply didn't read it for ourselves. We didn't study it for ourselves. We didn't take advantage of the opportunity for doing it ourselves. Okay? So in looking at that, then you say, well, Lynn, what are you talking about? I'm talking about this idea that exists in our churches today that poverty is piety, right? That you're supposed to not be rich. And the concept that, or the idea that rich people are evil, or that being rich is bad, or that you had to do something bad in order to become rich.
Lynn,
And
you
I
see
love this.
Kimberly's suggestion? I like that. Family Financial Fridays.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. And that's good. Because a lot of these things that I'm talking about right now, your families have taught you these things because they heard them from somebody else, didn't read it for themselves. They simply decide to pass the knowledge on to you. And I was listening to Myron Golden. He was actually talking about this in his Bible Success Secrets. And he was saying, he was talking about inside, we all know the story of Lazarus and the rich man, right? Lazarus was laying at the gate. He wanted just the crumbs from the table from the rich man, right? Then the story goes on to tell us, now you got to go read it for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. But the word goes on to tell us that Lazarus died. So did the rich man die, right? Lazarus was in the Abraham's bosom, and the rich man, they say he was in hell. And the rich man, he looks up and he saw that Lazarus is in heaven, right? And he says, can you please send Lazarus down just to give me just a tip of water, because I'm being tormented here in hell. And you know what we did, y'all? We ran with that story to say that being poor is good and being rich is bad. Yep. Come on, somebody. Well, right? Yep. We ran with that story with not even looking at the true context of the story. Poor does not mean that you were good, and being rich does not mean that you are bad, right? And he said, just because the two are connected does not mean that they are correlated. Did somebody catch that? So I need you to go back and, that's what I'll challenge you with this morning. Go back and reread the story. Read it for yourself. Don't just take what you've learned, what has been passed on from these sermons that we've heard over and over and over, that you can possibly repeat yourself because they have those same bits of repetition in them, right? That we all remember. Right. So what are those things that we have taught our children that we now need to teach them and do things differently? So 3 characteristics I want to give you this morning. The 3 things you can teach your children. One of the things that I highly recommend for y'all, there is a free game online. Robert Kiyosaki put it together. It's called the Cash Flow 101 game. If you have not introduced yourself to the Cash Flow 101 game, it's online. You can go play it for free. They do have a version that you can pay for. But I'm saying go look at the free one first before you make a decision on buying it. And in this game, inside of this game, you can go in there and play for free, and it teaches you all the different aspects of things that we encounter in our lives and things that we should be teaching our children. And a couple of things that I gleaned from that when my son and I play the game to get started. The first thing is we must teach our children to have an entrepreneurial spirit. It has to be ingrained. It has to also be provided to them as an option. You say, now, wait a minute, Lynn, entrepreneurship is not for everyone. And I get that. And I know that. But I'm talking about options for your children. And the reason that I want to share with you about having options available to your children, because times are changing. Things are not going to be the same way in the way that they were when we grew up. Good morning. The next generation of technology, guys, is advancing the way we do things so dramatically that if we don't stay on top of this as parents and as grandparents and as great-grandparents, dare I say, if we don't stay on top of this, we're going to be so much further behind the 8 ball than you can ever imagine. Guys, I provide some free resources and tools to also help you to train your children. If you text finances to this keyword 345-345, you can get added to the list to get those free resources. You text to the number 345-345. The keyword is finances. Get those free resources so you can help to train your children. Teaching your children.
Go ahead, Lynn. I'll just tell them Rosie clean her glasses.
Teaching your children about being entrepreneurial in their spirits. For example, one of the best things that many of us, sorry, y'all. I wasn't paying attention. Anywho, one of the best things that many of us miss out on is something that JoJo and Rosie do, y'all. They do the Girl Scout cookie thing, right? And JoJo mentioned to me about, what is it called? Cookie University?
Yes.
Cookie University. And when she mentioned it to me, I took some time to go look it up to see exactly what it is that they do. What is entailed in this process called Cookie University. There's so many skills and things that are developed inside of Cookie University that helps to introduce little girls to the entrepreneurial concepts without whether they say it blatantly or not, but there's some things in there that help them to do that. So at a young age, we have to start having these true conversations with our kids about making their money. You know, I always say, make your money, keep your money, and grow your money. Yes, make your money, keep your money, and grow your money. So figuring out what are those little things that we can now do that is going to teach them to have this entrepreneurial spirit. What can you do to help cultivate this for your little ones at a young age so that it becomes second nature? See, I'm not saying get rid of all the academics by no stretch of the imagination, right? Because you forever must improve by educating yourself.
That's right.
And you must improve, right? By educating, good morning, yourself on a regular basis, whether that's from a classroom or for participating in workshops or reading a book. It's a never-ending story. Y'all remember that when we were kids? Y'all remember that movie, The Never-Ending Story? Okay, well, I digress. The number two
I love
thing,
that book.
yeah, the number 2 thing is you have to create a sense of urgency about this. And you say, Lynn, why? Why must we create a sense of urgency when it comes to this? Well, you must create a sense of urgency, y'all, because time is not promised to any of us. All we have is right now. So students and parents, grandchildren, children, it doesn't matter what your title is and what your role is. Guys, when it comes to getting things done, life is short. So we must be intentional with our time and stop being just there and not being there. if you get what I'm saying. Not being in the moment, you're just of the moment.
Mhm.
Many of us will
Yeah.
fall into that trap. So we have to create a sense of urgency when it comes to this, and this has to be naturally developed sense of urgency for our children that gives them the drive and the desire to get things done. Okay? Is Rosie feeling better?
Uh-uh.
Oh,
No, I think it's seasonal allergies and cold, but she made it through the week, so
okay. Well, good deal. And then the number three thing, guys, to teach your children is to be goal oriented, right? Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to share out this video because somebody needs this information, whether it's a child, a parent, or a grandparent, right? Don't forget to share it in your communities. Number three, you must be goal oriented. So teaching your children to be goal oriented, teach your children to be focused. Yes, teach them to be focused and know what it is that they want. So what do I mean by that? Too many times, good morning, we're on this journey and we're doing things just because someone else wants us to do it. We're participating in these activities just because somebody else, right, said that it would be a good idea. And then when someone approaches you and asks you, what is it that you really want to do? Dare I say, as some of us were asked the question today, what do you want to be when you grow up? Some of you can't even answer it. And doggone it, in numbers, you already grown. But you haven't taken the time, so we can't miss this opportunity with our children to now teach them to be goal-oriented individuals, to focus on what it is that they really want. So they're not out here in these streets wasting their times pursuing something that they don't even want. Pursuing their time, taking their time at a job that they don't even want. Spending their time with somebody that they don't even care about being in a relationship with, but just because they don't want to be alone, they're going to sit there, right? So guys, we have to be focused, be intentional in everything that we do. And that's when it comes to your life, when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your health. You must be intentional in all of these areas. See, guys, these are the characteristics we have to teach our kids so that they level up, so that they're able to overcome what we call this middle class mentality, right? And the last thing I want to add to it, this is the bonus for this morning because I know we got to get out of here. The bonus for this morning is rich people are constantly improving themselves. Constantly. Then why are we not teaching our children to do the same thing? And I'm not saying to teach them to focus on the money. No, they're not focusing on the money. They're focusing on the things that matter most to them. They're focusing on the things that are going to help them to improve. So what are you teaching your children to do? How are you teaching them to self-improve? What books do they see you reading? What workshops do they see you attending? Right? Because you're your first child's teacher. Whether you like it or not, they're watching what you're doing. They're going to turn into little yous when they grow up, right? So be intentional in those things that you are teaching your children that are going to help them level up. All right, parents and grandparents, that's it for this morning on our, what did Kimberly call it?
Family Financial Friday.
Family Financial Fridays, or we'll see if we're going to call that Mini Me Mondays, or however we're going to do that. Y'all let me know. All right, guys, I'm Lynn Dimmons, America's #1 financial rebound coach. Yeah, I said it, America's #1. What in the world is that smell? Oh my
Lynn.
gosh. There's an excessive amount of chlorine at this pool. It's excessive. It takes your breath away. That is way too much chlorine.
I guess they getting it clean for the day.
Well, actually, they closed it down for the season, but that is excessive. excessive. All right, guys. If you would like some free resources that are going to help you as you train your children, your grandchildren to level up, if you want to raise a financial genius, text to this number 345-345. The keyword is finances. You can get on the list, get these free resources, and start getting it done, y'all. All right, guys, passing it over to you, Miss Co-host.
All right, guys, make sure that you check that out because your kids are truly, truly watching. Trust me, if they see you at the, and here's the difference, and I'm gonna add this to me. A lot of people say, or you're showing your children you're mad at rich people. You get mad at them because they have more than you. And now you mad. Look at her, she thinks she all that because she got this and this and this. There is no difference between you and the person, you with less and the person with more. The only difference is the work that they did to get there. That's the only difference. The only difference. So you can't get mad because they got up and worked it every day and you chose to sit at home and complain about it
Now,
every day. So
okay,
that was just my tidbit to add on to Lynn. So the fearless
okay.
thought for today is,
You broke
and it
my screen with that. You broke my, I'm sure you broke somebody else's screen too. Hey.
So here's the fearless thought for today, and it kind of ties in. If you never go look, you will never see.
Huh.
If you never go look, you will never see. Meaning, if you are content to live in your crazy and you never attempt to try to live outside of it, if you don't even
Right.
take the smallest babyest steps, you will never see what it's like to live outside of crazy. If
Exactly.
in your mind you are bound and determined, that'll work for everybody but me, because JoJo, you don't know my situation. You've already stopped the process that you made. Because your first thought was, I can do this. Then your second thought was, JoJo, you don't know my situation. I can't do this. So you already stopped the progress that you made with your first thought. And let me tell you something. There's no difference between you and me other than the work, again, that was put in every day. Let me tell you, depression is real.
Huh.
Suicidal thoughts are real. But it's the work that you put in every day. Living in crazy, living with your lights off, your water off, something's getting off, turned off every day, a car repossessed, no, your bank account in the negative. That's something every day. The point is you do the work anyway. Because if you don't do the work, you are going to stay where you are. So now my next question is that if you never go look, you'll never see. But then the second part of that is, when are you going to stop being reasonable about your life and your success? When are you going to stop being reasonable about it? Meaning, when are you going to stop being complacent or being okay with how you're living right now? When are you going to stop saying, well, I guess this is just what it is, and I ain't going to do nothing else about it? My mama lived like this. My daddy lived like this. My grandma and them lived like this. So why not me live like this?
Try to fix this.
So when are you going to stop being reasonable about the things you want in life? And think about it like this. When you go to work, they're not reasonable with you. They are demanding. Come to work. Be on
Okay.
time. Clock in at 9 o'clock. Leave at 5. Go to lunch at this time. Do this work. They are somebody is demanding of your time every second of the day. From the time you wake up, you gotta get the kids to school. You gotta go to work. You gotta come home. You gotta fix food. Somebody is demanding something every second of the day. So when are you gonna be demanding on yourself? You can't tell me that you can't do it because you've been doing it all your life. You went to school, you went to college, you got a job, you take care of a family, and you pay your bills. So you already doing the work. So you can't say you don't do it or you can't do it. It's just now you need to put some demands on yourself. When are you gonna be demanding about the success that you have in life? When are you gonna be demanding about not living in crazy? Because once you put a demand on it, things start happening.
Good
But if
morning.
you never go look, huh? What's wrong?
Nothing. I just, yeah.
You okay?
Someone, yeah. I said,
Okay.
someone just walked up on me. I didn't recognize it
Um,
in time.
if guys, if you never go look, you will never see. So today, on this Freebie Friday, Freedom Friday, Fearless Friday, Family Financial Friday, I want you to go look and see what is the possibility. Allow yourself to dream just for 3 or 4 minutes. Just allow yourself to dream or to think something different. Other what if? Give yourself some what ifs today. What if? And here's my thing. I saw a friend one day and they didn't look so well. And my mama said, "Well, how's she doing?" I said, "Well, she looked kind of crazy." And my mama said, "Oh, really?" I said, "But the thing was, she looked like she was enjoying her crazy."
Okay.
Some some people enjoy that crazy. And if
Right.
that's you, please by all means be successful in your crazy. I'm not trying to force you out of it. However, I do want to educate you so you can have some tools, some information to
To,
know that if you just do some baby steps, that there is life past crazy. Don't get comfortable in it. And just because your mama, your daddy, your grandma all live in crazy doesn't mean that you have to. Because remember, we pass down our fears, we inherit our fears from our family, we inherit crazy from our family. But ma'am, that's a one-way street and you're going in the wrong way. Yeah. As the other car's honking the horn at her, I guess she figured that out. These people cannot drive in this student parking lot, and this includes this parent right here. Bless her
oh,
heart. Long as you don't hit me, because that's all that matters. All right,
right.
guys. That is it for the Fearless Morning Show. I just want you to know if you never go look, you will never see. And
That's
stop
good.
being reasonable about the success, about your success. Stop being reasonable. And he hit that car. I knew somebody was going to hit a car. I knew it.
Wow.
He swung too close and they getting out the car. Okay, they looking at the damage. Okay, let me mind my let me mind
they
my
can
business. Hold
they
on.
can hear
Look, let
you.
me mind my no,
Okay.
they can't hear. They're in front of me. So guys, today, please put some demands on yourself because everybody else is demanding of your time, your money, and your space. When are you going to be demanding for what you want to do? When are you going to be demanding about the things that you want to do in life? Because you can't, if you keep living in crazy, baby, let
right.
me tell you something. You're gonna be so angry and mad and frustrated with it, with everything and everybody, and you don't know
Right.
why you mad, angry, and
Right.
frustrated. That's because everybody's demanding something of you, and you giving them everything that they're demanding of you, but you're not demanding anything of
For
yourself.
yourself. Yeah.
Well, so what you gonna do about that?
Now.
That's all I want to know. Because you can get mad at me. You can bust somebody to the white meat because they cut you off in traffic. They talk to your kid crazy. They acting stupid. You can even get mad at the president for being an idiot. But you won't get mad at yourself for living in crazy. I'm just saying. You
Right.
mad at everybody. You watch the news. You mad at the man that killed his wife. You mad at the woman who beat her kid. You mad at everybody, but you're not mad at yourself for living
Right.
in crazy. You mad at your baby daddy because he won't do right. I'm just saying, you mad because your kid look like him and you can't stand it.
Oh
But
wow.
you
Wow.
ain't mad
Wow.
enough to do that. When you gonna be mad enough to be demanding about what the change that you want to see in your life? I'm
mm,
just saying, if you're gonna be mad at somebody,
right.
be mad at yourself because you don't allow this to continue for so long. And
Mm,
my favorite thing in my family, especially my girls, hate to hear me say this. And when they say something, I just say, okay. When you get tired, and then they'll finish my sentence, you'll do something about it.
right.
Exactly. You get tired, you'll do something about it. Because I'm not even gonna argue with you. Because
right.
some people truly enjoy their level of crazy.
Hmm.
So today, guys, think about it. If you don't go look, you will never see. So that is it for the Fearless Morning Show. Thank you guys for joining us. It's been a good week. I hope everybody is ready for the weekend. if you know anybody needs to live past crazy, please make sure you share the show and go to our YouTube channel and binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows. They are uploaded daily, so you can get your dose of the Fearless Morning show and pick a topic and send it to somebody who you know need to hear it, but they not listening to you. Because sometimes,
Right.
don't that make you mad? That makes me mad when I tell my kids something 11 million times and they don't believe me. But soon as
As
somebody else
soon
say
as
it's the
soon as.
gospel, now that's
Yes.
when I want to bust them to the white meat. That's when I get mad. I'm just saying. So sometimes it takes somebody else hearing it some other way. Lynn, you want to tell them how to reach you right fast before we close out?
Sure, guys. Don't forget, if you're interested in receiving the information, there's tons of free information that will be delivered to you. Go ahead and text to this number, 345-345. The keyword is finances. You will be added to the list so that you can get information that'll help you raise a financial genius, whether you're good with money or not. All right, that's text to this number, 345-345. The keyword is finances. And you can also go check out my website, demonsenterprise.com. That's Demons, no demons here, y'all. DEMMONS.
All right, I'm trying to type this in, Lynn, with my one good hand. So she'll go back and right, Charlene, they will still listen to somebody else. So all right, guys, please make sure you sign up for our newsletter. Stay up to date with everything we have going on. So I posted a website, and that's Lynn's number. You text finances to 345-345 to get that information. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful Friday. And we are actually on time. So, yes, let's get on the Friday. I'm living my best life on this here day. All right, guys. I hope you have an amazing Friday, and we will see you here bright and early on Monday morning. Have a good one.
Signing off.